Now, why am I sitting here even talking about these things? I'm now over 70. I came into business in my early 20s, first of all selling medical electronics, then moving into recruitment, then into adult education, then into video making, then working for a firm of actuaries, and for the last 21 years have run my own business, operating, as I say, in 3 continents, advising the largest companies in the world about some of their basic issues of the way they run. Now, during that time, even the reason that I've done that is that all along there has been a sense of God guiding me and steering me. I have not done my business by accident. And at a number of times within that journey, there have been some very specific interventions. I'll give you just one example. I'd been appointed to, in effect, be the divisional director of a large international consultancy. And I knew how to do half the job, but I didn't know how to do the other half. And I was struggling with it. And I was simply walking through a stationer's in England, W.H. Smith's, in 1989, and out of the blue, God told me to go and buy a magazine. Well, I said, Lord, I don't want to read that. I've done the management stuff. I want to read Christian books. I want to read my Bible. But God was insistent. And I went and opened the magazine and I found the answer to my question. It reeked of integrity. I contacted the magazine. I contacted the professor consultant who had written the article. We became friends, and eventually he took me into this very well organised, very large organisation that you would absolutely know. And I went in, there was a large bank, and I went in and worked with him and did a number of culture change workshops and learnt basic truths about culture that I have built into my business for the last 21 years. And God again and again has affirmed for me that I have needed to understand culture. And it was, why, Father? Why, Lord? And I believe it's something to do with this, that Father wants his church to understand issues of culture more than they do. There are 3 things that I would say about culture. There's so much that I could say about it. None of these are in the Bible. I wish they were, because they're so powerful. The first is that the fish are the last to see the water. You actually can't see your own culture. I can't see the culture of my company. I can't see the culture in England. I've grown up, I can't see the English culture. But as soon as I get on a plane to go to another part of the world, I can get the culture difference even before the plane's taken off. So the first thing is that the fish can't see the water. We can't see. If you've started and built a church or a business, you won't be able to see the culture. It's there, but it will be invisible to you. You are the fish, the water is invisible. The second thing I'd say about culture is this. It's a quote from Peter Drucker. I think he was a Christian, but he was a famous management guru of the last century. And he said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. So if we don't understand culture, this thing we can't see, and we try to introduce programs and ideas and we do things, and it is alien to that culture, the culture, you'll get like transplant rejection. So it's very important, if we want to do anything, we understand culture, and that, when it comes to city transformation, means understanding the culture of the city. The third thing I'd say about culture in my studies, reading, reflections and observations is this, is that culture is incarnational. Now, there's a lot more that I want to say about that, but it would take far too long. But culture is incarnational. And the wonder of Christianity is that God gave us a new word to live out, the living word, Christ himself, and brings a whole new culture to bear. So what am I saying? I'm saying that we need to understand the importance of culture and learn how to start seeing it. And again, this is something that's very high on our agenda here at City Vision.